Well, hello there and welcome back to my channel, or of course welcome to my channel if you're new. If you are new, then hello, lovely to meet you. My name is Alex, and if you are new here, make sure you stick around and subscribe, and if you are already subscribed, please make sure that notification bell is switched on just so you're notified of every single time that I upload. So if you are a regular viewer of my channel, you know that recently I uploaded my review on one of the I Heart Revolution Halloween palettes, which was Love Spells, and for today's video I am going to be doing a review on their other Halloween palette, which is called Curses and Hexes. So this is what the packaging looks like. This is their more like darker version of their Halloween palettes. All three of Revolution, Makeup Obsession and I Heart Revolution have done like a bit more of a colourful palette, I want to say, and then a like darker palette to kind of contrast that. So yeah, this is their darker version, which I'm very excited to play with, because if you'd watched my review on the Love Spells palette, then you know that I absolutely loved that palette. So if the quality is going to be the same in this palette, then I'm very excited. So this is what the packaging looks like. It's super Halloweeny and spooky. I love it. This palette actually retails for £12, which is the most expensive palettes that I Heart Revolution have done so far. And I mean, I did really like the Love Spells palette. It was super good quality, so I did think that that was worth the £12. I don't know if the deal's on at the moment, but when they first come out they had a deal. If you bought both of these palettes you get them for £20 instead of £24. Not sure if that deal's still going, but I thought I'd just let you know in case you were interested. So the packaging on the palette is exactly the same as what's on the box, which I really like. I love how different and unique this packaging is for I Heart Revolution. Usually their packaging's quite plain, but this is super fun and I'm here for it. It just comes in the slim, compact cardboard packaging, which I love. And I definitely prefer to their more like plasticky packaging. This palette is also cruelty free and vegan, so if you just use vegan makeup and cruelty free makeup, this is definitely one that you can try out. And let's just stop rambling and show you the inside of this palette. So this is what it looks like. It's definitely obviously a lot more on the grungier side. You have some really nice darker colours in this palette. That is what it looks like. And as you can see, there is a nice mirror in here as well, which is always nice to have in palettes, especially because this is more expensive as well. You do get a mirror in here. Now, what I found the opposite with this palette is that this one has a lot more mattes in it than the Love Spells palette does. The Love Spells palette had so many shimmers in it. This definitely has a nice selection of shimmers, but it is predominantly mattes, which is good, which means you can play a bit more with some of the shades. Again, I love how it's kind of like this rather than like this. I don't know, it's just very different. I really like it. There's not much else I need to tell you, so let's dive into the swatches. Okay guys, so this is the entire palette swatched. The colour story is a little bit mixed, I guess. It's not really a clear colour story. I mean, you've got a couple of purple matte, like a few purple mattes actually. You've got a couple of like blue shimmers, a couple of bronzy tones, a bit of gold. It is kind of like a little bit of a random colour story. I'm not entirely sure what look I'm going to create today. I know I did a purple look yesterday, but I'm feeling like I'm going to have to do a purple look again because there's just not that much option unless I did like a more neutral look. But the swatches, some of them were quite dry, especially towards the end of my swatches they become a bit dry. I have no idea what look I'm going to do. Okay, firstly we need to prime our eyes, so I'm going to go back in with my current favourite eye base, which is this Revolution Ultimate Eye Base. It is quite light if you have fair skin. I don't know why I keep talking about it as if I've never told you this information before. But we're not going to do purple, we're going to do a super dark and grungy look. So I'm firstly going to take the shade Cackle, which is a grey. It's like a browny grey shade, and I'm going to whack that all in my crease. I don't think this shade is going to do much, but I'm going to take Miss Fortune on like a fluffy blending brush, and we'll see if we can do anything. I mean, probably not. It's definitely not working. So in that case, I'm gonna go in with Cackle again, but I am just gonna take like the tiniest amount, tap most of it off, and then use the fluffy blending brush to blend out the edges. No, it doesn't seem to be working. It just looks really pants, really. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a tiny bit of Jinx, which is the purple, and I'm going to use that to blend out this grey. Okay, it took a little while to blend, but I've used the purple to blend out the grey, and it's actually worked quite nicely. It just wasn't blending whatsoever, and it didn't look great with just the grey, so I've decided to add the purple in. Now what I want to do is deepen up the crease area, and I'm going to use the shade Cursed in the palette, which is this brownie shade here. It's a little bit more warm tone, so I'm hoping it will go with the purple a little bit more. And then I'm going back in with Jinx, which is the purple. I'm not taking too much. I am tapping the majority of it off because I don't want loads of pigment. And then again, I'm gonna blend out the top edges. What I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna take a little bit of Supernatural, which is the black in the palette. I'm scared. I don't like normally using black, but because this is Halloween, obviously we're going to use the black. And to be honest, because we've already got such a dark crease going on, it shouldn't be too scary. But I'm just going to use that to deepen up my outer corner, because we're going to do a half cut crease. And I'm just using that brush that I was originally using to blend out the edge. And then again, going in with my blending brush just to make sure it's all nicely blended. Okay, I have blended quite far up into my brow bone, but I was running out of room to blend and I just can't help that. I have obviously left as much gap as possible, but because I don't have much lid space, it's very hard to, you know, blend it all out to perfection. So what I'm going to do now, I can come back and perfect the blending. I'm going to do my half cut crease. Obviously going to use my Revolution Ultimate Eye Base. I'm going to just do this off camera quickly and then I'll be right back. Right guys, so I'm back. These are my half cut creases. They are by no means even. They never are. So now we need to decide what shimmer we're going to put on the lid. And I'm not going to lie, it's between Disguise and Scald. This is such a unique shade though, this one. It's like kind of like a mix between gold and silver. But I feel like we did silver in my, what's it called, Love Spells review. So I think I'm gonna go shopping. Sorry, that was a White Chicks moment. We're gonna go with the gold. Anyway, so I am going to use a brush which I thought I got out, but maybe I didn't. So I'm gonna take Scald dry firstly. Actually, I'm gonna see if it's any pigmented and put this all on the cut crease. Okay, and this is the shade Scald on. It is a super pretty, like bronzy tone gold. It just goes with this palette so well. So now I need to kind of like blend out these edges, and to be honest, it's not really like a shade where I'm like, yeah, I'm definitely going to use that. So I think I'm going to take a bit of Howl, as that looks like to be like the darkest kind of shimmer that I can use to blend this out. and then yeah, let's get to work. That was super easy, so I'm just going to go back in with the brush I was applying the black with, just to make sure that that is all blended in with each other, and to be honest, it pretty much seems like it is. I struggled with blending definitely at the start with the crease shade and stuff, but as time has gone on, I'm having a good experience with the rest of the shades. For my lower lash line, I'm going to take the other purple in the palette, which is called Nightmare, and I'm just going to put that all the way across. So obviously I need a shade for my inner corner and brow bone, and I'm just swatching this shade here, which is called Hypnotise, and it's a very odd texture really. It's not really pigmented, it's kind of just got, you can't even see it, it's just got like micro shimmer in it. It's just a very odd, like I'm literally scraping my finger in the pan and nothing is coming off. I'm going to try and use that, but I don't know if it's going to work. Yeah, that's as best as I'm going to get with the inner corner and brow bone. It's really not that impressive whatsoever. It doesn't show up any pigment. It's just very sheer, very hard to explain what that shade is. So this is what it looks like if you can see it. I have now completed the eye look, so I'm going to hop off camera. I'm going to put my lashes and mascara on, and then I'll be right back with my final thoughts. So guys, this is my completed look. For my lashes, I have a style on by Lit Lash, and this is the style Hustler. Super pretty lashes. If you didn't know, I do have a discount code with Lit Lash. It is not affiliate by no means, but it is Alex10, and that gets you 10% off, and even when she has discounts on already, you can use my code for a further discount, which is really nice. I will leave all of my discount codes down below, because today I actually got accepted for the Sample Beauty affiliate program, which I did not expect to be accepted for, but I'm super excited. So if you ever buy anything off of the Sample Beauty website, you can now use the code makeupwithalixkate, and that gets you money off. That is an affiliate code, so yeah, up to you whether you want to use it, but I'm just super excited. I'd never in a million years thought I'd have a code with Sample Beauty, and now I have one. So I will leave all of my discount codes that I have in my description from today's video, I believe, because I haven't been leaving them in my description box and I've got no idea why. Anyway, I'm rambling. My mascara is of course the I Heart Revolution chocolate dipped. I absolutely love this mascara. I don't have to faff on around about it because I talk about it way too much anyway. My lips are actually Colourpop Lippy Stick in the colour Cookie, and then my gloss is actually by Lit Lash, but she has a beauty range as well as lashes. She also has a few skincare bits as well, and other things as well. She's literally pumping out the products at the moment, so I just have one of her lip glosses on. Again, you can use my code on her website to get some money off. So yeah, this is my completed look. I hope you like it. Obviously this is not the look that I intended to do. I wasn't expecting to do like a purple look again, because yesterday's look was purple, but to be honest, I did try and do a grungy like grey look, and it just didn't work out. So using the purple was definitely the best thing for this look. I really do like the look that I've created today, regardless if it didn't go to plan. I definitely think it all turned out in the end. As I say all the time, you have to trust the process with looks like this. Even in the beginning, when you think that it's just not going to end up well, like I was so close to giving up, it turned out fine in the end, so I'm very happy. Right, let's talk about the eyeshadow palette. So firstly, absolutely love the packaging. I don't really have a bad word to say about it. I think it's super different for I Heart Revolution, and I love that. The colour story is not my favourite. I think I definitely prefer the Love Spells colour story, but I am more into my pinks and stuff, so obviously that's obvious why I would prefer that. The reason I don't prefer this colour story is that I don't know if it's me, but I just feel like it's a little bit more random than the Love Spells palette. I feel like I can look at that palette and think, yeah, I know exactly what look I'm going to do today, whereas when I look at this, I'm like, oh okay, do I use like the purples, or do I use like the grey? Do I use the black in the look? Like, I just feel like there's not a straightforward look that I can create with this unless it was purple. Purple's probably the only look that I can think off the top of my head that I know I can definitely do a look with. If I didn't include the purple in this look today, I honestly don't know how I would have rectified my crease at the start. This shade down here, Hypnotize, complete foul of a shade. Like, it doesn't even show up in my inner corner and brow bone, to be honest. It just kind of looks like it's wiped away. So I wasn't a fan of this shade whatsoever. The shimmers in here are really nice quality, I will say that. They do not need wetting by any means. Like, the shimmer is definitely there, and it is really nice and reflective without wetting it, which is really impressive. I love that. Yeah, I just don't feel super inspired by this palette, and that's not necessarily like the palette's fault, that's just me. I just prefer the Love Spell colour story compared to this. I just don't feel very inspired by it. But that's not to say that this is bad quality or anything. I did struggle in the end, but to be honest, that's probably my fault for trying to blend out a grey with a really light shade. So I can't fault the quality. The black was super pigmented. I was very impressed with the black. And yeah, this is good quality. Like, this is not a bad quality palette. It's not a horrible palette. Just off of personal preference, I do prefer the Love Spells palette. If you have tried this, please let me know what you think of it down below, because I would be really intrigued to know what you think. This is a very different colour story for me. It's not eye looks that I do on a regular basis. I obviously do more of the colourful looks and stuff, so when it comes to palettes like this, I'm not the best at those looks anyway. So yeah, this palette is good. It's just not my favourite palette, purely on the basis of the colour story, not the quality, if you get what I mean. So guys, that's it for this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please let me know by smashing the thumbs up button. And also, if you haven't already and you've got to the end of this video, please make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't. I really want to hit 5,000 by the end of this year. I don't know if it's possible, but I am at this time filming. I think I'm at 4,550. So we are getting close to 4.6k. So if we can get to 5k by the end of the year, that would honestly make my like 2020, seriously, that would make this year so much better. And also, if you're not following me on Instagram, I'm actually almost at 5k over there. I'm less than 100 to go, so if you could follow me over on Instagram as well, that would be absolutely amazing. I do so many more looks and stuff over on my Instagram, so if you'd like to go and check them out, please do, and the links are always in my description. So guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.